Good morning. Day 127 on the PCT. The Flobo journey continues. Yesterday was, I won't call it a soaker, but we were pretty wet by the time we got to camp. And last night was the coldest night we've had since probably the Sierra. Temperatures got down to 40 where we're at. And just trying to play it safe, unpacking everything, setting up camp, trying not to get everything wet. And I was definitely slow to get moving this morning, and we were both cautious how we packed up our gear this morning, just to trying to keep things as dry as they could be, I guess. Thankfully, Monk checked the forecast. It's supposed to get up to 80 today, so we'll probably stop midday and attempt to just kind of lay everything out, get our quilts nice and puffed back up. And packs are pretty wet, so hopefully they'll dry out throughout the day and just be able to get everything else dried out really good. And I've got something going on with my ankle. I have no idea what the hell it is. It's hard to notice at the descent down into Side Valley, but I've got some kind of infection going on around my ankle area. So when we get to town, I'm going to try and find a clinic to get that checked out. And because once we leave there, we're headed back up to Washington, where it's a lot more remote. And so if it were to get worse, there's not really any options for medical care, I guess, unless I had to go really far off trail, which I don't want to do. So, but thankfully the sun's out this morning. So it's starting off as a beautiful day. So how you doing this morning, Monk?
Warming up and drying out. Actually slept really well. But yeah, it's good to see the sun again.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like it's been days and days and days, but we're just not used to the rain and cold. But we made it.
Yeah, I guess we made it. Yeah, not used to this, man. I told Monk this morning, I don't know how I made it on the AT. I'm just, I guess, not used to hiking in rain and being wet and cold. Just not used to it. The AT was, man, first couple months, there was a lot of that. So, onward we go. Time to dry all the stuff out. Here's one big yard sale. Yard sale was a success. We got to lay out all of our stuff, get everything dried, tent, Monk's tarp, our quilts, pretty much everything, and take a lunch break at the same time. It's pretty hot now, so thankfully the sun came out so we could dry out some stuff. made it to camp. It was 27 miles. Camped right out there is Mount Shasta. We've been seeing it all day. We've got, I think it's 28 miles to get into town, which will be in 2 days. Overall, it was a great day, nice sunny day. Unlike yesterday, it rained most of the day. So that was really good. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope y'all have a good night. Good morning. Day 128 on the PCT. We just left camp a little bit ago. Beautiful sunrise this morning coming up over Mount Shasta. That was really cool. We've got, it's just shy of like 25 miles planned for today, which will leave us like about 3 miles outside of town. But yeah, it's another cold morning. A little brisk out. Slept pretty comfortably last night. But yeah, it's a cold morning. Onward we go. Ready to stop for a nice long lunch. Bobby's feeling a little tired today. We got about 10 miles left. Walking through this really beautiful section. This is pretty cool. Onward we go, 10 miles to camp. We got less than 10 miles left to finish off the state of California, and these damn gnats won't let us finish it in peace. These things are driving us up the wall. We got to camp a bit ago. I already had dinner. We're both pretty whooped today. Today was our last day in California. Wake up tomorrow. We've got 3.3 miles to finish this section, which is the section from Ashland to Mount Shasta that we both had to skip due to the fire closure. And then we got a shuttle ride scheduled for tomorrow to pick us up from the trailhead, take us into Mount Shasta, and then we got some more planning to do. Basically, once we finish this, we're headed back up to Washington, probably the White Pass area. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you all have a good night. Good morning. Day 129 on the PCT. It's a big day. It's time for town food. We'll get to town in like 3.3 miles and we'll finally finish the state of California. I started on April 14th. Monk started on April 21st. I forget what day it is. Was it like the 18th or something?
20th?
Oh, 20th? August. It's August 20th. But with all the flipping and flopping and having to skip around these fires, came back to finish this section from Ashland to Shasta, or Mount Shasta. And we'll finish it today and then get back up to Washington in a few days. So, yeah. How you feeling this morning, Monk?
I'm feeling pretty well and super excited about being in town. Again, my belly needs some town food.
Yeah. We talked a lot yesterday about town food, so we're both looking forward to it. So, onward we go. We're on the final mile in California. California's 1,692 miles. One long state. If you compare it to the Appalachian Trail, that would roughly take you from northern Georgia to, I believe it's the beginning of New Hampshire, or maybe the end of Vermont, one of those. But really long state. There's probably only a handful of through hikes and trails in the entire U.S. that's longer than the entire state of California on the PCT. So pretty long state. So just in itself, completing California is a big accomplishment for us. So we're both happy to be done with it. And now we got Interstate 5 down here. You can hear it. So onward we go. Well, this is our official end to the state of California, represented by this sign that doesn't know which way it's going. Yeah, this is where we both had to, this is where we ended. We had to skip up to Ashland. And frontage road, we both walked that into, what was it, Callahan? No.
Castella?
Castella, where we both had a food box. But yeah. Now we're just waiting for our shuttle ride. The state of California has been great, very diverse, and burn areas was not my favorite, but overall the state of California, it was a great state. What's your thoughts, Monk?
I mean, I thought it was a beautiful state, long.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still sinking in. I got kind of emotional in the final mile, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
There were so many diverse environments and experiences, and I don't know. It's not the way I pictured finishing California, but including finishing with you. But it's wonderful nonetheless, and lots to be proud of, I think, and more to come.
Yeah. Very well said. With that, we're going to catch our shuttle into town and stuff our faces with food. Onward we go. Oh, good afternoon. It's day 133 on the PCT. A few days ago, Muck and myself, we made it into the town of Mount Shasta, where we did a overnight, got some town chores done, and then thank you to Noelle. Noelle is a trail angel in the town of Dunsmuir, California, right next to the town of Mount Shasta. Her and her husband and family, they hosted us for the evening. They live right by the train station in Dunsmuir, so we stayed with them a night, and then the next morning we got on the Amtrak and we took that from Dunsmuir, California to the town of Centralia, Washington. So we are now back in Washington, and when we got to Centralia, did another overnight and then took the bus from Centralia into the town of Morton, Washington. The train ride was like 12 hours. The bus ride was another hour. And then from there, a great, really nice trail angel, Selena Marie. She just started hosting hikers, her and her family, herself and her kids, and some nice dogs that have been great to be around. They're hosting Monk, myself, and 3 other hikers, so we're here for a couple nights. So thank you guys, we greatly appreciate it. I really needed to bounce back on getting some rest. But yeah, we were here last night, tonight, and then we head out. She's dropping it's like 4 of us off at the Wallop Lake trailhead tomorrow morning, I believe. And then from there, that'll give us access into the Goat Rocks Wilderness, where the Knife's Edge in Washington's at. So I'm really looking forward to that section. But yeah, by the time we start hiking tomorrow, I think we've been off trail for about 4 days. So that's the longest I've been off trail on this hike. So I hope my body takes it okay. But once again, Selena Marie and your family, thank you so much for hosting all of us. And because we had no other options to get back to trail here in Washington. So they're a lifesaver to really help us all out to get back to trail. So thank you so much. With that, I hope you all have a good night, and tomorrow we get back on trail.